Top on the news tonight. Governor Ayade adopts rain gun technique to enhance rice cultivation. Management of Nta Calabar engages Commissioner for Agriculture for effective dissemination of government agricultural policies. Plus, Justice Binta Yanko adjourns Nnamdi Kanu trial to 19th January 2022. This and more in just a moment. Good evening, it's nice to have you on NTA News at 7. I am Paul Abel. Now the news in details. Senate has approved the 2018-2020 federal government external borrowing plan of 16.2 billion United States dollars, 1 billion euros, and a grant component of $125 million. The approval is sequel to the consideration of the report of the State Senate Committee on Local and Foreign Debt, which scrutinized the request. The loans from the World Bank, China Exim Bank, and 8 other international financial institutions are expected to be injected into infrastructural and human capacity development. The Senate also approved the committee's recommendation that the request for 500 million euros but not more than 750 million euro bond in international capital market be approved.
The projects under the health sector include 1. Accelerating nutrition results in Nigeria project, which is $222 million to be financed by World Bank. Then you have the Ministry of Environment, which they have 2 projects there. One is Nigeria Erosion and Watershed Management Project, additional funding for $400 million to be financed by World Bank.
The approval we are giving today is to enable the commence negotiation, sourcing for this loan.
That the Senate do approve the underlisted ongoing negotiation of external borrowing in the sum of 16 billion 230 million 77,718 dollars, 1 billion and 20 million euros, and a grant component of $125 million under the 2018-2020 external borrowing rolling plan. Say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
The legislatures demanded that the executive forward the terms and conditions of the loan to the National Assembly. And from the Senate, we come back to Cross River State to create employment for many youths and ensure food sufficiency to reduce poverty. Nigerians are being encouraged to invest in agriculture. Governor Ben Ayade of Cross River State stated this during his visit to the Ayade rice farms in Obanlik local government area of the state. Correspondent reports.
Rice is a staple served in the homes of many Nigerian families, and despite the ban on importation by the federal government, the demand for this food item seems to be more than the supply by local farmers, leading to high cost of rice in the market. Therefore, the only way to solve the problem is for more people to invest in rice cultivation with the use of appropriate irrigation system to ensure all year-round cultivation of the grain. This is what the Cross River State Governor, Professor Ben Ayade, is taking advantage of.
Rain gun technique allows the water to receive its pre-calculated 12 meters radius for one, specifically designed to drop a specific quantity on the rhizosphere and rhizosplane of each of the rice seedling. So the seedling comes from the rice seedling factory, delivers, they are planted by the transplanter, and we do 18 hectares per hour with our transplanter system. It's the only way to create jobs. You look at the amount of people that work here. If you go further, if we don't do this, we can't feed ourselves. We struggle to import food, we struggle to import machineries, industries, factories. The country has to be self-reliant at a point. It is against that background that I'm struggling to lead in the agro-industrial revolution, which is actually the footprint of President Muhammadu Buhari.
The rain gun technique is an irrigation system that collects water from a source through pipes and distributes water to the entire farm. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News.
In a similar development, agro-industrial revolution is creating a fit in Nigeria as Cross River State, through the administration of Governor Ben Ayade, is making waves for self-sustenance in terms of the entire agricultural value chain. Commissioner for Agriculture and Natural Resources, Cross River State, Ntufam Okonowuna, stated this when the management of the Nigerian Television Authority, Nta Calabar, visited him as part of efforts to seek greater collaboration between his ministry and NTA to adequately highlight the agricultural policies of the state government. Oduak Atum reports.
The Cross River State government says it has massively embarked on modern agricultural methods for food availability and job creation, which is the level of its industrialization agenda. Commissioner for Agriculture and Natural Resources in the state, Okonowuna, while receiving the management staff of Nta Calabar, who were on a courtesy visit on him, highlighted some of the achievements of Governor Ben Ayade on agricultural sector, which include the establishment of ultra-modern rice seeds and seedlings factory, chicken processing factory, rice mill, which is expected to have an output of 5 metric tons per day, among other industries. The commissioner, however, called on the federal government to provide Cross River State with funds to assist farmers, so to provide more food for the state and nation.
We had belief in the policy of the government in spreading meaningful agricultural industries. But one major challenge we have is that of paucity of funds, which are using the opportunity to call on the federal government, to call on the international community, that Cross River State is a place to be when it has to do with agri-industrialization.
General Manager Nta Calabar Sam Olalude applauds the Cross River State government for its agricultural policies geared towards food sufficiency in the country and promised the station's partnership with the Ministry of Agriculture to publicize its program.
We want to employ your good office that you partner with us. Partnering in the sense that the activities of the department should at least be showcased. And I want to assure you that we will not only showcase it in Cross River, we will escalate it to the network.
The development of the entire agricultural value chain in Cross River State is to encourage people to go into agriculture for food security and to provide direct employment for the youths. In Calabar, Uduak Etam, NTA News.
And now to politics. The governor-elect in the just concluded 2021 governorship election in Anambra State, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, is commending the federal government for ensuring a level playing ground for the conduct of the election. Daniel Opai reports that he dedicates his victory to the 3 policemen killed during his electioneering campaign.
That was the excitement that greeted the announcement of Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA, as the winner of the November 6 and 9 Anambra State governorship election by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. In an acceptance speech at his country home, the governor-elect applauds the people of Anambra State for their support, the Independent National Electoral Commission, and the federal government for creating a level playing ground that ensured free, fair, and credible election. He stated his determination to consolidate on the strides of the incumbent governor.
Our institutions proved again and again that this country can achieve eminent greatness when our institutions rise up to the occasion. We thank President Buhari, the presidency, and our security agencies for ensuring a level playing field.
Soludo, who extended hands of fellowship to other contestants, urged them to support him in building a new and better Anambra State.
As we transit to a post-oil world and into the 4th industrial revolution, let us work together to build upon the foundations of our founding fathers and predecessors to create that livable and prosperous homeland
Political observers say the emergence of Charles Soludo as the governor-elect of Anambra State among 17 other contestants marks a new dawn in the democratic journey of the state in Awka. Daniel Okbai, NTA News.
A human capacity development to combat trafficking in persons and illegal migration into Nigeria through training personnel on investigation of human trafficking and smuggling of migrants is holding in Calabar, Cross River State capital. Achibong Basi reports that 45 participants from the southeast, southwest, and south-south offices of 3 law enforcement agencies are participating in the training.
The training is meant to strengthen the capacities of the participants in investigating migrant smuggling and human trafficking for the successful prosecution of perpetrators. This training is also part of the Action Against Trafficking in Persons and Smuggling of Migrants, a project funded by the European Union and implemented by the International and Ibero-America Foundation for Administration and Public Policy.
We need more results. To get more results is because we are here today to try to increase and to get better the channel of communication between different agencies talking about trafficking and migration.
Depends on America's laboratory pandemic of the 21st century, and all countries must fight to eradicate.
A TIPSOM project is part of the 11th European Development Fund signed between the European Union and the federal government of Nigeria, with the contributing to the series of initiatives of the government towards decreasing the ratio of trafficking in persons and smuggling of migrants at national and regional levels. This is done through direct support to Nigeria Police Force, the Nigeria Immigration Service, the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, and the civil society organizations. In Calabar, Achibong Basi, NTA News.
We'll go for a commercial time out now. Don't forget that you can equally watch this newscast online on our YouTube channel, YouTube/NTA Calabar. I'll see you immediately after the break. Please stay with us. It's good to have you back. We begin this segment of the news with stories on the judiciary. From Abuja, Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has adjourned the trial of the detained leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, to January 19, 2022. The adjournment came after a team of Kanu's lawyers staged a walkout over the refusal of operatives of the Department of State Services, DSS, to allow some of them to gain access into the courtroom. Kanu is facing a 7-count amended treasonable felony charge the federal government leveled against him. In a short ruling, though Justice Nyako expressed her displeasure over the conduct of Kanu's lawyers, she declined to dismiss the pending application and rather adjourned the case till January 19 and 28, 2022. In order to highlight the core mandate of teaching, learning and research at the University of Cross River State, UNICROSS, previously known as University of Technology, KUTE, the management team of Nigerian Television Authority, Nta Calabar, paid a walking visit to the institution. Erica Ivy reports.
It is a known fact that two cannot work together except there is agreement. This expression came to play as the management of Nta Calabar, led by the general manager Sam Olalude, paid a visit to the management of the Cross River State University, seeking for synergy to project the activities of the institution to the general public.
We are requesting that we partner more because, one, there are a lot of activities within the university community that needed to be highlighted to the public. Is it the matriculation exercise? Is it the convocation exercise? Is it the inaugural lectures? Is it the faculty meetings? And activities even within the student union government that we can highlight positively to the populace.
Responding, the Vice Chancellor, Cross River State University, Professor Augustine Oko Amba, promised to collaborate with Nta Calabar, especially to achieve a common goal for the institution and the states.
In that sense, we are working together already. We have a common goal, we have a common mission to ensure that people are influenced to have positive attitude, knowledge, and skills. I give you a full assurance. We are here with you. We are already partnering with you. Our programs are your programs. So please, feel free any day, anytime. The Vice Chancellor is with you. Thank you so much.
Nta Calabar, with the core mandate of information dissemination, education, and entertainment, is prepared to showcase the institution in a more formal approach through daily Nta news packaging programs, as well as marketing the event of the institution. In Calabar, Erika Evie, Nta News.
And from education, we move on to security. Overcoming the fight against terrorism, banditry, and other forms of transnational crimes require that frontline personnel are familiar with state-of-the-art facilities on contemporary security threats. Minister of Defense Major General Bashir Magashi, retired, emphasized it at the inauguration of the Counter-Improvised Devices and Explosive Ordnance Disposal Center at the Nigerian Army School of Military Engineering, Name Makudi. Elias Itivias reports that the minister was represented by the Commander, Corps of Engineers, Major General Kamilu Kadri.
The establishment of the Counter-Improvised Explosive Devices and Ordnance Disposal Center, which is equipped in accordance with international standards, is in fulfillment of the bilateral agreement between Nigeria and Germany to improve the capabilities of Nigerian Army engineers to deal with invisible threats. Apart from the donation of the infrastructure and equipment at the facility, the center, according to representative of the Minister of Defense, Major General Kamilu Kadiri, will serve as a resource for Nigerian military and other West African countries.
The project will therefore be a significant boost in our operation to rid the country, especially in the northeast, of activities of terrorists and insurgents.
We look forward to the center being accredited as a counter-improvised explosive devices and explosive ordnance disposal center of excellence by the United Nations Mines Action System.
Head of the German Technical Advisory Committee, Lieutenant Colonel Jens Gleman, says the center, which cost 2.6 million euros, is facilitated under the Equipment Aid Program, which covers logistics, maintenance, and medical care.
Germany will continue to be on the ground with the GTAC over the next 3 years to support your efforts.
The partnership recognizes that global threats require global response. Hence, the center will go a long way in reducing significantly the number of injuries and deaths due to invisible threats from improvised explosive devices. In Makudi, Elias Etiaf, Nta News.
As the year winds to an end, people tend to strive hard in order to meet up with set targets and expectations at this time of the year. In the process, many engage in vehicular movements and along the line lose focus on safety precautions and engage in overspeeding, recklessness on the road, and night travels. Uduak Etim reports that as Nigerians embark on end-of-the-year festivities and other demands of the season. Stakeholders caution on maintenance of safe speed to enjoy quality road experience.
Ember months are characterized with lots of festivities, resulting in increased human and vehicular movements in and out of cities. Embracing a road safety culture during and after Ember months is key to avoid accidents on the road.
It's to ensure the drivers have a particular speed limit so they don't actually get into bad holes and stumblings on the road.
They should work on the bad roads.
They should drive carefully, and government should enforce the road safety to carry on their duty.
The Federal Road Safety Corps has, however, cautioned motorists to comply with traffic regulations, avoid night journeys, maintain speed limits, as violators of traffic rules will be sanctioned.
We have extended our campaign to motor parks. Every Sunday we do send our members to the churches where they continue with the advocacy on sensitizing the public.
While stating modalities put in place to ensure road crashes are reduced, the sector commander across River State notes that the command will continue to sensitize the public on the need to be safety conscious, especially in this season.
Apart from ensuring that the zebra crossings are put in place, we send our special marshal, which is the second arm of the Federal Road Safety Corps, to do speed calming, to ensure that vehicles that get close to zebra crossing are made to slow down and stop for pedestrians to freely and safely cross the road.
The Federal Road Safety Corps, however, advised motorists to ensure their vehicles are in proper conditions before embarking on any journey. In Calabar, Uduak Etam, NTA News.
Governor Ben Ayade has described late Captain Edet Twitter as a man who served voluntarily without expecting something in return. He stated this during the visit to condole the family of the deceased in Calabar. Correspondent reports. Accompanied by some members of the executive, Governor Ayade eulogized the astute qualities of late Edet Otwita in the area of fighting crime in the state. The governor comforted the family, made pronouncements on financial assistance due to the deceased's contribution to his administration.
I don't feel like I lost everything the day I heard about it. I didn't even have the courage to even come here. Because there are some few people who support you because of what they get. But there are some who support you for no reason. It's important for you to know that Captain Edet Tutu was an honest man who kept his word and kept his promise. That's why I'm here to honor him. And I'll continue to stand with the family.
This family will not forget you. Thank you very much, sir. As you can see, the wife, the mother, the children, the whole family, we are still looking at you. Don't forget us.
Late Elder Edet Otwita, who was a director of Border Control Commission, is survived by an aged mother, wife, children, and a brother. In Calabar, Paul Abel, NTA News. That report brings us to the end of tonight's news. Before we go, quick look at some of the stories that made headlines. Governor Ben Ayade has adopted the rain gun technique to provide water all year round at the Ayade Rice Farm of Banliku local government area to create employment, ensure food sufficiency, and reduce poverty in the state as well as in the country. Commissioner for Agriculture Cross River State, Ntufam Okunowuna, has engaged with the management of Nta Calabar to effectively disseminate the state government agricultural policies. You also heard in the news that Justice Binta Inyaku of the Federal High Court, Abuja, has adjourned the trial of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu to January 19th, 2022. That has been the news on behalf of the entire crew. I am Paul Abel. Have a wonderful night rest.